The last time I spoke about hand creams, I didn't realize how controversial my statements on them could be. A lot of people say that age shows up first in your hands. And again, first things first, age is a privilege. Not everybody gets to grow older, okay? But it is true that a lot of people often forget to put sunscreen on their hands when we're driving. This is the area that's exposed. Almost all of our lives, this area is in the sun, and same with our neck primarily. And that's why when people don't take care of their neck or their hand skin, you can kind of see it. And as with skin that is damaged from the sun or pollution or, doesn't have sunscreen or good skincare, you can start to see dark spots, you can start to see discoloration, and you can't even see little things like veins or fine lines and wrinkles that happen on the skin. But in addition to the backs of our hands just being exposed to the sun and not getting skin cared, there's also a lot of hand washing. And thankfully, one positive out of this panorama that we've been in has been that people are a little bit more aware of their personal hygiene. Do you know how many people used to not wash their hands after they used the bathroom? Like, that's literally why some Whole Foods put the hand washing station out in the open so that people would actually wash their hands, because when people are watched, they're more likely to wash their hands. Is that disgusting, or is that disgusting? But that is a fact. And because of the pandemic, we have all been more diligent about hand washing and sanitizing. But as someone who, yes, has washed my hands 60 to 100 times a day, you can get really dry cuticles, you can get split hands, it can be painful, you can get hangnails. And that's also why I wear these. These are literally like stickers. You can see the nail underneath my stickers. And I can just rip these off if I've got to, do things with dexterity or play piano or climb a tree, or give a facial. These have been my saviors, but so have many body moisturizers, body lotions, and even face lotions that I use on my hands. But the last time I spoke about hand creams, I made a statement that many people liked, but some people hated. And I was basically asking, are hand creams as bad as eye creams? You know my stance that most eye creams are overpriced moisturizers. The ingredients are very similar to what we put on our face, but companies charge us so much more. And I posed the question, are hand creams just that for body care? When you look at a lot of the ingredients in hand creams, they are very similar to body care. And while I still stand by that, there were some people in the comments who said, you're not taking away my hand cream, Cassandra. And I said, okay, honey, you do you. And there were more people who said, okay, I understand, but I do want an exclusive hand cream. What should I use? And I will share with you some of the things that I actually like and who they're right for. Because if you have uneven skin tone, maybe like age spots, you're going to need something very different than if you do have dry, cracked hands and more delicate, fragile skin. And so while I don't necessarily love hand creams, and while I like to just use a more moisturizing hand sanitizer if I have it available, or I personally like to literally use my body creams as hand creams if I need to, and 99% of the time I really rely on gloves, just to make sure that everything is clean, sanitary, and the gloves actually keep moisture kind of closer to the skin, and so your skin is less prone to becoming damaged or infected from someone else's face. But if you had to pry the recommendations out of me, here are some of the hand creams I would actually recommend. And I was going to start with sun-damaged hands, but let's leave that for last, and let's first talk about Miss Fenty Skin and Miss Nécessaire. I still don't know how to pronounce this. This is the fragrance-free Nécessaire the hand cream, and I would say that this is the best for sensitive-skinned individuals. If you are someone who is just looking for hydration, you just want something thick and soothing, your hands are maybe dry, or maybe you even have hand eczema, that is when you're going to want to go with one of these if you are looking for a hand cream. The first is Fenty Skin. This is actually a really good Fenty Skin product. This is nice, this is thick, this is creamy, the applicator is super fun, and this is this wonderful kind of gel-like texture that goes onto the skin so well. And this is fantastic. It almost gives you kind of like a little waterproofy barrier, and that's why if you do struggle with dryness, this really locks it all in. Now, the one thing about this is that it does have fragrance in it. There's actually a lot of fragrancing ingredients that Fenty Skin put in here, and while this is good, and while I do recommend it, if you want something fragrance-free, this is all Dr. Dre's fault and TyTyYY's fault, but this is the Nécessaire fragrance-free hand cream that I've really been loving. I'm gonna say it. This is basically like their body lotion. This is like their body moisturizer. But if you're looking for something that is exclusively labeled for hands, this is what I would recommend for sensitive skin. You see how it comes off as more of a cream, whereas this is more of like a gel? This still kind of seals over the skin and gives you that really nice hydration. So both of these are phenomenal, especially if you do have dry skin. And for those who wash their hands a ton, or who have eczema, or just get a lot of hangnails, because a lot of hangnails are actually due to some dry skin, these are the two that I would recommend. And this one is for for the sensitive, the fragrance-free, and this one is for the people who like to be a little bougie. They like a little smell nice. They like to support some of their favorite musical artists. But now what if you do have skin damage? Or what if you just want to prevent it? What if when you're looking at the backs of your hands, you're like, ooh, I can see some stuff going on here, and I should definitely be wearing those gloves when I drive, which yes, oh my God, I bought them. I've been using them. Oh, they're actually really great. I feel very fancy when I wear my car gloves. I usually only put them on if I'm driving for like more than 10 to 15 minutes, but I feel very fancy when gripping my steering wheel with my like long sun protection gloves. That is the best for prevention, but what if the damage has already been done and you're looking for some treatment? These are what I would recommend, and the very first is this one from Beauty Pie. This is the Superdose Vitamin C Moisturizing Shea Butter Hand Cream. This is one of the only hand creams that I found that actually looks like it targets hyperpigmentation. This has tranexamic acid and vitamin C, and this is phenomenal. It's great for the hands. If you have hyperpigmentation, if you have uneven skin tone, age spots, this is gonna be great. But you know what else would it be great for? The elbows, the armpits, the knees, the other areas of the body that have discoloration. Like, this is a great product, but you don't have to use it exclusively on the hands. Now, it's a much more liquidy formula, which is why, you know, this is not going to be something that's like treating dryness in the same way. But if you do struggle with that hyperpigmentation on the back of the hands, if you do struggle with skin spots, or you notice that your skin is just kind of changing color, the tranexamic acid and the vitamin C in here have been proven time and time again to be great for hyperpigmentation and uneven skin tone and for brightening, and this is when it works. Now, I wouldn't recommend just like putting this on and going for a drive. I would actually recommend putting this on at night, so keep this not in your car but by your bedside table, and that's actually where this is going to help. But if you are driving in your car and you're looking for something to apply, I would recommend this or some sort of sunscreen that you could apply before you put on your fancy little car gloves, if you happen to have those. This right here is the hand drink from Jane Eyredale. It does have like a lemongrass scent, so again, if you're looking for something fragrance-free, but it also has SPF 15. And there aren't a lot of hand creams that have sunscreen in them, and I wish there were more, but this is a really nice lightweight one that actually does the job, and this is the one that I keep in my car. And you literally just put this on and it is like a hand drink. It does have that, you know, slight lemongrass scent, so if you're super sensitive, then, you know, you're not going to want to use the lemongrass scent, but you put this on to stay protected. Now, while this is a great product, and while I do recommend it, someone might say, but Cassandra, I want like a hand sunscreen that works, but that doesn't have the lemongrass scent. You know what I would say? Use a sunscreen. You know, one of those pasty body sunscreens that just didn't work for your body? Use that on your skin. You know what I use? Literally Purito. I have like 4 of these because I bought 4 of these before we all found out that Purito didn't have the SPF that the manufacturer was claiming, right? I literally use these as car sunscreens. I'm not gonna throw them out. I just know that they're not an SPF 50, and I'm going to treat them like they're an SPF 15, but I use them on my hands, and I use them in the car, and especially for like this area, they work great. And I just do that, especially if I'm not going to be applying my little hand gloves, or honestly, you could put this under your hand gloves, or just, you know, touch up on the chest or anywhere that you need to. And I have found that if you are a commuter, if you're someone who lives in California, you spend a good third of your life like in a car. Like, California traffic is no joke. San Francisco to LA, it's traffic. Same with DC and Honolulu. I see you. And Vancouver. I see you. I feel the struggle. I get you. I get you. But when you're sitting in the car in the warm California sun, when you're sitting in the car in the sun, it's gonna be taking its toll. And just having something like this on hand is so helpful. Now, some people might say, but my sunscreen is greasy. I don't want that messing up my steering wheel. That's when I'd point you to this, the Jane Eyredale SPF 15. It doesn't leave my hands overly greasy, although it does moisturize. But in general, the sunscreens that didn't cut it for your face, just put them on your hands, put them in the car. Maybe that's what I should do with K-Skin. The problem is that K-Skin has these horrible tints, and then I would like stain my steering wheel. Can you still, I'm still struggling. Can you please help me figure out what to do with my leftover K-Skin products? Like, I need help. I need solutions. And K-Skin needs a new solution because their formula is not working out. But all things aside, SPF is the #1 thing you can do to prevent those fine lines and wrinkles and to actually help deal with them. And these are the ones that you should have in the car, whereas something like this is what you should have at your nightside bed table. Now, there is one other product that I actually love. It's from Beauty Pie. I'm shocked that there aren't a lot of brands that have like really good hand care things. I feel like the cosmetic industry with their shiny dagger-like teeth would just love to sink their teeth into that. Watch, it's probably coming. But I'm just shocked that like more brands have not tried to overcapitalize on this yet. And at least Beauty Pie is doing it right. And I feel like they're the only one that I can recommend, you know, for hyperpigmentation or for uneven skin tone and brightening on the hands if you're looking for a specific hand cream, which again, I would recommend using this on your elbows, use this on your knees, use this on other areas of your body. You don't need to use this just on the hands. Heck, looking at the ingredients, as long as you're okay with some fragrance, you could even use this on the face. Like, this is a good product and there's a lot of it, okay? Okay. Well, Beauty Pie also has a retinol retinol hand cream, which this is the face cream. I don't know where I put the hand cream. I'm fresh out, or I cannot find it. But Beauty Pie actually has a retinol hand cream, and that is another fantastic option that, again, I wouldn't necessarily keep in your car like I would these, but I would keep it by your bedside table. Retinoids are the gold standard in dermatology, as we know, and specifically retinol is available over the counter, and that is one of the best things other than sunscreen that you can do if you have fine lines or wrinkles developing on your hands or literally anywhere else on your body. Now again, this comes with a caveat, whereas yes, Beauty Pie has this retinol hand cream, but you could literally just use a retinol body moisturizer like the one from Versed. You're getting a way bigger tub with the same basic ingredients, and you could just put that on your hands. You don't need to spend money on a hand cream. Or you could use a facial moisturizer with a retinol that didn't work out. Or you could literally take your tretinoin prescription and mix it in with a hand cream like this, and you could put that on the back of your hands at night. I still stand by the fact that mini hand creams are a little too similar to eye creams. And again, I don't blame the products themselves. I blame the beauty industry for trying to force us to buy things and make us think that we need all of these separate concoctions for separate areas of our body. Use a body cream on your hands, reuse your old face creams and your old sunscreens on your hands, and you'll be fine. But for those who are like, Cassandra, I love a hand cream, they make me feel bougie, I love putting them in my purse or my pocket and taking them out and slathering them on, then fine. I see you, I hear you, I respect your beauty routine, your beauty ritual, and I would actually recommend some of these. But when it comes to the majority of them, they're not exactly as bad as eye creams, but I'm hoping that you can see from this monologue that yes, you know, hand creams and eye creams, they're not sisters, but they're distant cousins. And you know, the beauty industry is making me question them both. What do you think of hand creams? Let me know your thoughts on these. Like, do you think that they are just like eye creams, or do you think that hand creams absolutely need to be separate from a body cream and you need to have a very specific one? I'm listening. I'm reading the comments. I see you. I might like your comment. I might respond to it. If you've never spoken up, you should say hi. It would be so nice to meet you. Overall, remember to be beautiful both inside and out. Put your reject sunscreen on the backs of your hands and put your St. Ives apricot scrub from 2004 on your feet. And if you have subscribed and liked this video, then I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.